Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine and doing very well with your families and you all are safe. Yes, being safe is really very important for you and for your family. So here I am again with a new chapter of EVS subject for my 5th standard kids, that is chapter number 16. And in this whole new chapter, we are going to talk about who will do this work. So you might be thinking, what work teacher is talking about? You all want to know? Okay, then let's see what's there in this new chapter. So this is the chapter. Who will do this work? And in this chapter, we are talking about all those work that nobody ever likes to do it. But many of them have to do it for such circumstances that is unpredictable. So have you seen such scenes around you? Look at the pictures. So let me tell you, here is a man doing all the labor work. In the second picture, a man is swiping up the stairs. And here are the men going down to the drainage system, yani ki gutter area, to clean it up. And here a couple or something is picking up the trash. So have you ever thought of people who do this work? What is our responsibility to keep the place clean? Why do you think people need to do this kind of work? So students, here is the question answer session between a friend who spoke to some staff who was doing these cleaning jobs, and here are some of the things they told them. So the first question to them was, since when have you been doing this work? And they gave the answer like about 20 years since I completed my studies. Again question, why did you not study further? You could have got some other job. Yeah, if they have had studied further, they would have got a good job, right? So here is the answer. You need money for studies. And even after that, most of our people continue to do this kind of work. So here the problem is money, because for study purpose, obviously there is a huge expense for school and all the facilities that is provided. And even though most of the people have the degree, but still they choose this kind of work. So again the question is, what do you mean? Answer, since our great grandfathers times or even before that, most people of our community have been doing this work. Even after getting a college degree, our people do not get any other kind of jobs, so they have to do this work. Yeah, this is a fact that nobody likes this kind of work and nobody wants to do willingly this kind of work, but they have to because of their great grandfathers, or before that, the people of the community have been doing this work. And so the society is not allowing them to develop or to go further to do other kinds of work, and they are unfortunately have to do this kind of work, this kind of job, because they are not getting any other kind of job even after getting a college degree. And the question is, why is that so? And the answer, that is the way it is. जैसा है वैसा यही है. In the entire city, all of the people who do this kind of work are from our community. It has always been so. And this interview is adapted from the documentary film India Untouched by Stalin K. So now write. Before writing, talk with people who do the cleaning job around your house and school. I bet you will see many people among them who does this kind of work. And yeah, we should ask them like since when have they been doing this work? How much have they studied? Have they tried to look for some other work? Like, why are they doing this kind of work? Did the elders in their family also do this work? What kind of difficulties do they face in doing this work? So, these are the list of questions that one should ask them. So, before going to this session, let me show you the real picture of their world. See, here is a man doing the cleaning of the road. A young lad is swiping, brooming. Here the ladies are doing all the cleanings. Willingly or forcefully or out of their unfortunate careers, they have to choose doing this work. What is it like to be one of them? And how we all people treats them? Are we treating them like a human being? Is cleaning work an inferior work, inferior job? What if they don't do this work? What if they stop doing cleaning? If they don't do this work, who else will do this kind of work? See here a man cleaning, going into a gutter and cleaning that thing. Nobody wants that to do. So, this is how it feels. And what are we all doing? We are just doing one thing, that is increasing their work, increasing their difficulties, putting obstacles on their way of work. Because We don't keep our surroundings clean. We don't put garbage on the garbage can. And because of that, they have to go through all this kind of stuff. So, this is our responsibility to support them by keeping our surroundings clean, by doing our job. If we are eating any snack, any plastic wrapper or bottle or can or anything, we should put it in a proper place, that is garbage box. And what we do, we just throw the things on the road anywhere for them to pick it up. Now let's see this picture. What are the different kinds of work being done in this drawing? List any five of these. So let me get you a clear picture. Here is a woman milking a cow, a woman in a shop, a man who is doing gardening the garden, a traffic police, a man inside a gutter, teacher in the school, watchman guarding the school. Three men are taking the garbage van, a school bus driver, a vegetable woman, a man taking this four-wheeler cart, a doctor, housewife. This woman is cleaning the road. Students who are going to the school, a man in a water car, a laborer, a man who is selling chanas, scientist, waiter, artist, again the laborer, a girl taking the kacharas, Iron Man, Halwai, the sweet man, a man who is doing painting. So, these are the few activities that is shown in one picture. Please watch it carefully. So now tell me, if you were asked to do any five jobs shown in this picture, which would you choose and why? If out of this job section you are allowed to choose any five jobs to be done that you want to be, what is that? Would you like to be a traffic police, a man who is inside the gutter, teacher, watchman, a garbage man, a man who is doing all this labor work, an artist, scientist, doctor, waitress, a police, a painter? What are the five jobs which you would like to choose and why? And which five jobs would you not choose and why? So, out of all these jobs, which are the five jobs that you are willingly to do, and which are the five jobs which you would not choose and why? And discuss What kind of work or jobs do people not want to do and why? Yes, there are works, they are jobs that people don't really want to do. But you have to tell why they don't want to do it. The second question is, so who does this kind of work? Why do people do this kind of work that others don't want to do? And what kind of work are we talking about? And yes, we are talking about this kind of work, the cleaning work that nobody likes or willingly want to do. Nobody wants to go into the gutter to clean it. Nobody wants to do this kind of cleaning work, swiping up the roads, cleaning all the stress and putting all the garbage that is thrown by others. Nobody likes to do this kind of work. So why are they doing this? So now imagine what would happen if nobody did this work. If nobody cleared the garbage lying outside your school or your house for at least 1 week, then what would happen? Yes, of course, if these people are not doing their job, their given job, then our city, house, or school lawns would be very dirty, smelly, flitty, and nobody wants that. If they are not doing their jobs properly, if they are not cleaning, if they are not helping us out, keeping the surroundings clean, then we would be having this kind of areas full of garbage, smell, and disease. So we should be thankful to them, like they are doing this kind of work, they are keeping our surroundings clean, they are keeping our area clean, and because of that, we all are healthy. So now think of some ways, like machines or other things, so that people would not have to do the work they don't like to do. Draw a picture of what you thought. Now, here you have to draw a picture of a machine of your own kind that helps in cleaning and doing the work that nobody wants to do. And here are some drawings that is been drawn by some children's. So, do you think that anyone has ever tried to change these situations? Then I have to say yes. Many people have tried. People are trying even today. But it is not that easy to change this. One such person was Mahatma Gandhi. You know who was Mahatma Gandhi? Yes, he was and he is our father of nation. Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi. One of those freedom fighters who fight very hard with the Britishers and make our country free, independent. So Gandhiji had a friend, Mahadev Bhai Desai, and Mahadev Bhai Desai's son, Narayan, also stayed with Gandhiji when he was young. This incident is from Narayan's book. So here we are having one small incident of Narayan and Gandhiji. Remembering those days. So when Narayan Babla was about 11 years old, he was staying in Gandhiji's Sabarmati ashram. Like everyone else in the ashram, He had to do various kinds of work. One of his jobs was to teach the guests how to clean the toilets. Yes, in those days, the toilets were not what we knew today. There used to be holes under which baskets were kept, and people sat on the holes. Later, the holes had to be lifted by hand to be emptied. So, this is how they used the toilets at that time. It was the usual practice that people from practical or a particular community would do this work, but in Gandhiji's ashram, every person had to carry the basket to the compost pit and empty it there by themselves. Like no one is gonna pick up your basket for doing that kind of work. Each and everyone has to do their own work. And no one was excused from this task, not even the guest. मेहमान के लिए भी ये काम से कोई छुटकारा नहीं था, not even for the guest. And Narayan Bhai remembers how some people used to try and avoid this work. So some even left the ashram because of this. Some years later, Gandhiji went to stay at a village near Wardha in Maharashtra. Gandhiji, Mahadev Bhai, and others started to clean the toilets in the village. They did this for some months. One morning, a man coming from the toilet saw Mahadev Bhai. He pointed to him and said, "There is a lot of dirt over there. Go and clean that." When Babla saw this, he was very angry. He thought the villagers felt that this was not their work. This was for Gandhiji and his team to do. He asked Gandhiji why this was so, and Gandhiji replied, "Untouchability is a serious matter. Lot of hard work will be required and required to change this." Untouchability means achuti. There are and there were those kind of people who thought that some of the people in some community are untouchable, achut. They are only for this fleety dirty work and they are not allowed to touch them or to walk with them or to sit with them. But by the grace of Allah, we are very happy that we don't have this kind of racism in our culture. But the old India, they think like that, and that is so wrong. And that is what Gandhiji and his team was trying to change. Now the time has changed and the way Gandhiji and his team work, many of the state area places, it turned out to be a good possible way to change people's mind and heart. But still today there are some places where people think a lot about this and they still do this to the people of some community to make them feel inferior. So here Narayan knew that the people who usually did this work were thought to be untouchable, achut, the one who cannot be touched by anyone. He asked, "What is the use if the village people do not change their thinking? They have become used to someone else doing this work for them. Obviously, if this kind of work is done by someone else, who doesn't like it? And because of that, the mindset of people of making themselves superior and making other people inferior of them, so they don't want to change themselves or their thought. So Gandhiji replied, why? Don't you think the people who clean also benefit from it? They also learn a lesson. To learn something is like learning a new skill, even if it is a cleaning job. And here Gandhiji had given a very good thought about how each and every job is important, even though that job is of cleaning or that kind of cleaning. So none of the job is छोटा. कोई भी काम छोटा नहीं होता है. Each and every work is equal and as important as other work. So job is job, not big deal. So little Narayan was not convinced. He again argued, those who make a place dirty but do not clean it should also learn lessons. So he has a point, and Gandhiji and Narayan continued to argue about this. But when he grew up, Narayan also followed the path shown by Gandhiji, because when he grew up, he got to know about the lesson, the morals that Gandhiji wants to teach him. And this event was taken from the book in Gujarati by Narayan Bhai Desai himself, that is Sant Charan Raj Savita Sahaj. So now tell me, why did Gandhiji and his team started doing the job of cleaning? What do you think about this? Do you know any such people in your area who try to help others in solving their problems? Find out and discuss in class. You can discuss it in your home. Okay, now the third point or the question gets at Gandhiji's ashram had to learn this work also. If you were one of these guests, what you would do? So what you would do if you are the guest at Gandhiji's ashram and you have to do that kind of work, would you be doing that work willingly or making an excuse to get rid of it? What are the toilet arrangements in your house? Where is the toilet? Inside the house or outside? Who cleans the toilet in your house? How did the man who was returning from the toilet behave with Mahadev Desai? Was he rude, mean, or was he being kind and nice? Why did he behave like this? How do people generally behave with those people who clean toilets and drains? Write it down. So Narayan and Gandhiji discussed all this many years ago. Have things changed now? What do you think? Do people still treat each other's workers like that? So again here we are having a childhood story. This story is almost 100 years old. 7-year-old Bhim went to Gurgaon in Maharashtra with his father to spend his holidays. He saw a barber cutting the long hair of a rich farmer's buffalo. He thought of his own long hair. He went to the barber and asked for a haircut. The barber replied, "If I cut your hair, both my razor and I will get dirty." Oh, so to cut human hair can be dirtier than cutting an animal's hair, wondered little Bhim. Later this, Bhim was known as Bhim Rao Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Do you know who was Bhim Rao Baba Saheb Ambedkar? He became very famous across the world. Baba Saheb fought for justice for people like him. After India's freedom, the constitution was prepared under the leadership of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that is Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Who was he? He was an Indian jurist, economist, and social reformer who fought economic and social discrimination against the untouchables in India's Hindu society, and who later renounced Hinduism and inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement. And he is the one who wrote the constitution of our country, India. The contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is a great debate, and he was also one of the Dalits, but he fought for himself, he studied hard, and then he also took parts in freedom fighting movements. And after that, he wrote the Constitution of India, and now we all remember him as a great person. So that was it for Dr. Bhimrao Baba Saheb Ambedkar. So here is we are having a conversation in school, the reality today. So Hetal says that I am Hetal and this is Meena. We both study in class 3. So the question for Meena is, what all do you do in school? Meena, we clean the ground. Do all children clean? Hetal, no, not all. Meena says, we also have to clean the toilets. We do it on different days. I clean on Monday, she does on Tuesday, and she on Wednesday. All the children from our community do this. Hetal, we have to carry 20 buckets of water for this. We have to sweep and wash. And the question again, why only you? Why not all the children? Hetal, only we have to. If we don't, we get beaten. And this is also taken from the interview that is adapted from the documentary film India Untouched by Stalin K. So this is a story of the students of class 3 who gets beaten up if they don't do this kind of work. What do you think? Is it right? Is it justice with them? What we all are doing is convenient? So tell, who does the cleaning in your school? What all has to be clean? Do all children like you help in this? If yes, then how? If all do not help, why not? Do all children do all kind of work? Do they sometimes have to miss classes to do this work? Do the girls and boys do the same kinds of work? What all work do you do at home? Do you even do work at your home? Do you even help your mother doing the housework? Is the work done by boys and girls, man and the woman, same? Would you like to bring some change? What kind? Now discuss. Do people look at different kinds of work in the same way? No, I don't think so. If not, why is this so? Why is it important to bring change? So this is Gandhiji's favorite song, Bhajan, is given here. This bhajan is in Gujarati. Try to understand the meaning of these lines with the help of your elders. Think about these lines. And the line says that वैष्णव जन तो तेणे कहिए जे पीठ पराई जाने रे पर दुखे अपमान सहे जे मन अभिमान न आने रे. And what we have learned? Gandhiji used to say that every person should do every kind of work, from cleaning to office. What do you feel about this? If everyone followed this, what are the things that would change? What are some changes that will happen in your own house? So think it properly. So here our chapter number 16, who will do this work, ends. And with that note, thank you for watching the video. I hope you got lot more to learn and lot more to understand about this world, society, community, about those kind of people who does these kind of work, and what we should do, what is our responsibility, what is our moral duty and social duty to help them, and what kind of awareness we should bring in our society, because you are the future, you are the youth of this country. So with that note, I hope you all are safe and fine. So let's meet in our next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye.